Dry eye. Now let's be honest, it doesn't sound that bad, does it? It's like dry skin or an itchy foot. But for something that sounds so benign, it's actually a major problem, as anyone who suffers from it will tell you. In fact, when you rank the impact of various conditions on quality of life, chronic dry eye ranks right up there alongside things like angina, showing it can have a massive impact on your quality of life. Add to that, it's a major problem with us all working more on screens in the warmer, drier atmospheres of our home offices. It's something we need to tackle. Whatever the cause of your dry eye symptoms, there are lots of things that make it worse. Being somewhere warm and dry, working at the computer, not blinking enough, not taking regular breaks, not drinking enough, stress, tiredness, all these things together we're now calling Zoomitis. Make sure you have a watch of our other videos about keeping healthy at the screen. But before that, let's learn a bit more about dry eye. So here comes the sciencey bit. There are broadly two types of dry eye, where your eyes become dry either due to a problem with the quantity of tears or the quality of tears. The more common type is the problem with the quality of tears, so let's tackle that first. Tears are made up of a watery bit, don't read anything into the fact that this is a wine glass, they're made up of a watery bit that comes from a gland behind the eyebrow, and on top of that sits a layer of special oil that comes from the glands along the eyelid, on the margin here. And when you have a quality problem, it's the oily bit from these eyelids that's the issue. These glands can get easily clogged and get all kind of stoppered up like that, and the main aim of treatment is to unclog them and get the juices flowing. And that's best done with prolonged heat using a special eye bag. You warm it up, you pop it on the face for a few minutes. It's actually quite pleasant, and because you're undergoing a medical treatment, no one's allowed to disturb you. And the gentle heat melts the waxy clogged oil and helps open up the glands. And then you give the eyelids a gentle massage with the finger like that, and some good deep squeezy blinks. And that gets to milk the glands and gets the juices flowing again. And if you're doing it right, you'll find after you've done all this that the vision goes a bit smeary for a minute or so, and that's actually a good sign. It means that you're purging these glands of the nasty cloggy stuff and clearing them up so they get nice and healthy again. Secondly, quantity. Simply not producing enough tears is surprisingly rare, and most people will also have a problem with the quality of tears, and so all the advice that we've had above applies here as well. Now, if you've got dry eye but you're not sure what type, don't panic. There's no harm in doing all that eyelid stuff we've just talked about. The idea of drops is to artificially replace the lack of tears in the eye, so they need to be put in very frequently. That can mean as often as every few minutes when things are bad, and then reducing the frequency as things improve. Now, when you're using them this frequently, two things are very important. The first is that the drop you choose is preservative-free. Preservatives are chemicals in cheaper drops that, when they're used frequently, can actually harm the eye and irritating it, making your symptoms worse. And then secondly, sodium hyaluronate. Now, that's a difficult word to say, but it's what is contained in all good quality artificial tears. They're made primarily of this stuff, and it's a naturally occurring lubricant found elsewhere in the body, like in the synovial fluid of your joints. And so make sure your drops have that in it too. Now, dry eye often goes with blepharitis, inflammation of the eyelids. So if we've diagnosed this, then we'll tell you to clean your eyelids. And this is best done with these kinds of special wipes. They contain specialized cleaning agents that don't irritate the eye surface or the skin around the eyes or the eyelids. And you should use these after you've softened everything up with a bit of heating. Don't try all the kind of crazy stuff that you see on YouTube. It's highly likely it's going to do more harm than good. And if any of that isn't working, there are some in-office treatments that we can do for more serious cases with special preparations and equipment that can thoroughly deep clean the eyelids in ways that you just can't do at home. Now, all that needs to be done twice daily and consistently for at least a good couple of weeks before you'll start to see any benefits. So it's a long-term slog. So in summary, you've got 3 steps to managing your dry eye symptoms. Warm it, wash it, wet it, and hopefully that'll start to get you some relief. Now, make sure you come and see us for specialist advice tailored just for you, and check out our other videos below for some more pointers on keeping your eyes healthy.